my friends, and welcome to the Mindful Making video podcast. My name is Jane, and I am a designer, I'm a knitter, I knit always. And if you are here, I hope you also, like me, enjoy yarn and making with our hands, and also, I'm about to say, crave that sensation of grounding that making with our hands gives us. So I hope you will enjoy a few moments, handmade moments of slow with me, and I hope you have a coffee, tea ready and your project at hand. So let's dive in. Before we start, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands where this video is recorded. I'm on the Darug Ku-ring-gai land, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. And I also want to extend that acknowledgement and respect to any Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander people watching this video, and further extend the acknowledgement to the ancestors of the lands where you are watching from around the world. Welcome, this is episode number 66. My name is Jane, I'm a Danish Australian living in Asquith, north of Sydney. You can find everything about my makings, my designs and yarns going to the website, which is called mindfulmaking.com.au, where there is also a link to show notes from this episode, where I will share the links for everything that I talk about. And you can also find links to my Ravelry page and to Instagram, where I'm mindful making. So with that out of the way, let's get started. The hero of today's shows is what I'm wearing. It is a new design that I've just released at the Fiber Fest, which was held in Wyong yesterday, the 13th of October. It is called the Great Southern Vest. It is now also available online on Ravelry in my pattern shop there. You can find me as mindfulmakingAU on Ravelry, and the pattern is also available on my website. It is available in English and in Danish, so I hope you will find your way there. And when I say this, I should probably also note that this video is sponsored by Mindful Making, which is my little side gig. So with that out of the way as well, let's again dive in. The Great Southern Vest is this simple but elegant and stylish vest, if I can say that myself. The design is developed in collaboration with Great Southern Yarn, who kindly provided the yarn for this vest, so a sponsor again. And that's also where the name comes from. As you can see, it's quite a simple silhouette. What are the interesting parts of this vest? The shoulder details up here, where you have a twisted rib at the shoulder, and then there's also twisted rib down the sides, which then splits at the hem into a split hem, and then continues underarm. It's not very pretty to show underarm, but it continues into the arm, where I have also done just a few rows of decreases, like a V-neck under the arm, which then sort of hugs the shoulder and the body for these armbands. The shoulder detail then also continues into the neckline ribbing and the armband twisted ribbing. So those are the sort of design features of the Great Southern Vest. You start at the back neck and cast on stitches, and then you create this slanting shoulder here on the back, and knit to the armhole shaping. Pick up stitches on one front and then the other, probably this one and that one, I think. And then when you get to the neckline here, you connect the two, and under the armholes you connect the front and the back. So fairly simple, straightforward project. No sleeve island in this project. It is a quite a fast knitted up project with a stitch gauge of 17 stitches per 10 centimeters and 4 inches, knitted on a 5.5 millimeter needle, which is a US 9. It knits up pretty quickly. The yarn here from Great Southern Yarn is a beautiful plump, sort of, it's almost a worsted weight 8-ply yarn. It is merino nylon 80-20 blend, and this color is called Judy Gossip 2. It's a non-superwash, delicious merino yarn that you can get from Great Southern Yarn. I used 3 skeins of yarn. Let me just pick the last skein that I've left. If you have seen one of the previous episodes, you might have seen the yarn, but here it is, Great Southern Yarn, which is this beautiful blue, deep blue, but also a soft blue as well with a bit of gray in it. A wonderful yarn to knit with, soft, delicious, so which I can highly recommend, this original yarn. And I knitted a size 5 in the pattern, but I do think that the spinning in the washing machine just tightened the gauge slightly, because it almost looks a bit felted and feel that way. Lovely and warm. Go check it out, Ravelry and on my webpage. A beautiful vest, quickly knit up, give you warmth when the seasons change. Wear it with a shirt like I do over a dress. Well, I hope you like it. So this is the Great Southern Vest. And a costume change, because I thought, well, if you don't have necessarily access to Australian yarn at the moment, I thought I would try to knit it up in a different yarn. So here we have the Great Southern Vest, and it's knitted up in Super Soft from Holzgarn, 2 strands held together in the colorway Iced. Same gauge, 17, 18 stitches, 10 centimeters on a 5.5 millimeter needle and a 4.4 on the ribbing. And the fabric is just amazingly light, warm and soft. And I don't know whether you can see that, you can actually see the stitches here. So it is slightly more open than the original darker blue that I showed you before. But I really, really enjoyed working with the Super Soft 2 strands together. I haven't done that in the past. With the wool having just a tiny, it has a bit of bite in it, and that's why it's a good sort of over a shirt or a dress. So here it is in a super soft version. I used about 200 grams of yarn, so that is, it runs 287 meters per 50 grams. So what is that times 4? done, try to multiply in my head, so it is around 1,100 meters of yarn. Is that true? It is, because it's held double. Makes sense. So just shy of 1,200 meters of super soft yarn. Love it. I love the color. Also blue. I sort of, it's not often that I knit in blues, but I sort of came into just the feel or the vibe of blues, so I like it. Here you can see maybe the shoulder detail even better than on the dark blue. And the sides, you can see it from the other side here, down, and a split hem. Yeah, and I didn't do any modifications or anything on this version. It's the same as the original. Yeah, but an option for you as well. So it works well with two strands held together, two strands of fingering weight held together. So that is the Great Southern Vest. I hope you like it, and I hope to see many more of the vests on Instagram and wherever you sort of show your pictures. So please tag me, Mindful Making, and use the hashtag Great Southern Vest, so I can see all your beautiful vests out there. It's always wonderful and sometimes a bit nerve-wracking to send out the pattern and have everybody, you know, knitting according to it, and sometimes it's all clear in my head, and it's that exercise of getting it out on the paper. So hope you like it. It is available for you all now. Moving on to what else I have been knitting, because I did knit up this vest and finished it on Saturday night and brought it with me to Fiberfest on the 13th of October. Just a few comments on the Fiberfest in Wyong, which is 45 minutes north of Sydney. What an event. Many vendors there, buzzing with people from, well, the doors open just before 10 a.m. and it was busy. It was busy, and thank you to everyone who stopped by and for a chat and for squishing yarn. And many of you came because, well, you've seen the podcast and also saying, I've seen you before. Oh, yeah, it's on YouTube. So wonderful to see you, speak with you. I hope you had a great day, and I saw filled bags. So I think it was a very good day for vendors, and maybe an expensive day for you guys. But it was amazing. I loved it, and I loved helping out. I loved answering questions. I loved chatting about your knitting and your stories, and sharing our passion for yarn and for knitting. So thank you for stopping by. I have also been working on the Cosy Raglan, which I talked about in the last episode. Here here we have the black version, black grey. Ends have now been woven in. Love this jumper. I had a photo shoot planned for the 6th of October. And I thought, well, maybe a black isn't that good for photography, you know, design photography. So I thought I'll better knit up a lighter colored version. And so I did. This is again the Cosy Raglan. This time knitted up in one strand of Coast yarn in the colorway Powder, and holding it with a strand of Titicaca in the colorway Nude, giving this nice, now I use the word douche. I don't know whether you use that in English, but it's a soft pink, and the powder just toned down the candy flossy pink of the Nude Titicaca. So here you can better see the details of the eyelets at the raglan, at the neckline, at the sleeve ends, and also at the hem. Straightforward raglan, worked on a 4.5mm needle, 3.5. So 4.5 is a US 7. Yes. And then a 3.5, which would be a US 4. Yes. I have on the Cosy Raglan, I have put in the German short rows to raising the back. They sit underneath the raglan increases, so you do them just when you have connected in the round and split for sleeves and body. Yeah, now it's just to get it written. I have the first draft of the pattern ready. Now it's to verify it, write it up, send it to tech editing, and it will be ready for you as well. Yeah, so this is the Cosy Raglan. What do you think? Do you like it? I like both versions with the two yarns held together. Either the Coast and the Titicaca, or here it is then the Super Soft in Black held together with a slate grey in Titicaca. And I think on the last video as well, I tried to show you, I'll try to show you again, this slightly moulding with those two strands held together. I really like the how this turned out, and gives a bit of interest to an otherwise plain black jumper. Cosy Raglan coming up one day, someday, one day. Well, that's basically, that was two rather big finished objects. Now I want to share a very small half finished object. And in the last episode, which was all about stripes and socks, I showed you that I've made a number of tubes of self-striping socks with the yarn from Half Baked hand dyed, these gorgeous stripes. And well, they just need heels, but one sock has now got a heel. A true afterthought heel that I put in here between two stripes, the golden and the pink, and I will soon do it for this tube as well. They are upside down. Here we go. Doesn't take long. It's more it doesn't take long necessarily. Where attention must be paid is just where the needle is drawn through the stitches. I had planned to record a video of that for you. I hadn't got around it, but I'll try to record a video of just how I do it and share it with you in one of the later episodes. So that's a half finished heel. Looks very odd. This is basically just a toe put in as a heel with the increases in every second round, over half the number of total stitches in the circumference. In this case, these are 60 stitches on a 2.5 millimeter, so the heel is over 30 stitches. But then we'll be finished soon, and then of course there are plenty of ends to weave in. Yeah, those were just a slight finished or small finished object. Let's move on to what is on the needles, which is not much because I just finished this 2 days ago, and I didn't have any other major project that I sort of wished or wanted to knit. So I've just gone back to blanket knitting. Very easy, just garter ridges. Here it is, how far I've come on a very plain cream colored yarn on a 6 millimeter, a US 10 needle. It does eat up quite a lot of yarn, and I'm a bit worried that I won't have enough, but let's just see. This is the yarn that I'm using. It is an unspun yarn. I will put the name of the yarn underneath here because I can't remember. At the moment it's not a plotuliopi, it's something different. And let's see, I have to be careful not to break it. But what I wanted to show you was, if you can see it here. So it's quite puffy. Yarn. So these cakes are then, they are winded with 2 strands running in parallel. Initially I thought I would only use 1 strand, but it was way too complicated to manage, winding off and being careful the yarn didn't break and separate these into 2 balls. I gave up. I just want to knit, so I do, and this is the fabric that I get. It almost looks like chenille, CHENILLE. It's quite an interesting texture, and as I said, it does eat a lot of yarn, and I will just see how far I get with 1 complete ball of yarn to see if I have enough for a blanket. I cast on 80 stitches, and now I'm at 50 sort of garter ridges. I do think I need to get to almost 200 ridges for it to be long enough. And then when I'm already here on the first ball, I would need, let's say I would need at least 3 cakes of yarn or plates for 1 stripe, and I think I need 3 panels for the blanket, so they would sit next to each other. It will eat up a lot of yarn, so I need to order more. Okay, I will make that call how much I need when I've completed knitting up the rest here to see where I am. It will be quite a thick, squishy blanket. I am thinking of then when you have then 3 panels next to each other, to use a darker either brown-ish or a black or dark gray to seam them together. And then I would also put likely an I-cord around the entire thing on in a contrast color. Yeah, that is what I worked on last night after the Fiberfest gig, watching a bit of telly on the couch. And this is a 1 full cake, plate, whatever, of that unspun yarn. And now with this much left. Well, I will be working on this blanket for a while, as you would know. It will just be a relaxing in between project that I can enjoy while I am contemplating where to next. So all good knitting wise. Now we have come to the point in the video where we'll talk a bit on sort of life stuff. If you're just here for the knitting, thank you for joining. Please thumbs up, send a comment. I would love to hear from you, what you're working on, where you're watching from, etc. It's great to hang out with you this way. Life stuff, well, in the last video I said that I will be moving, and I will. And some of you meeting me yesterday at the Fiberfest said, oh, you are the one moving. Yes, I am the one moving. I still live here. I have the apartment until the 21st of November, so still plenty of time to get myself sorted in terms of packing up, decluttering, selling, to be ready for the move and finding another place. So all good life-wise. Today we have a beautiful day outside. In the introduction, you would have seen the sky or the clouds that were just here half an hour ago, just before starting this video. And it has stopped raining. You might be able to hear the birds outside. The wind has calmed down. It was a very quick storm. So, but it's all good. Everything is good. I hope you are well. And I hope you will enjoy the great southern vest and knit up a storm. That's all from me now. Please thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified, comments, share. That helps this little community and channel to grow. So thank you for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you again very soon. Bye bye.